Guys, it's coming up in just a second. Let me know if you can hear me at some point. I am having all kinds of issues tonight. Almost assuredly, this is going to break my other stuff. But we're going to fight through it. We power through adversity. All right, let's try this. Oh, God. I saw it. Sorry, this is a little bit of a setup challenge here. Hi, welcome. It's Monday. Congratulations on making it through the weekend. This is the new look. I hope you like it. The lights are on. We got a sound panel that's laying on the ground. Nothing but professional here on this show. The camera slider is activated. We'll check that out in a minute. So the reason why we delayed tonight is because I have this massive monitor problem where one of my monitors is coming up with a pink hue, which normally means that there's a connection issue. Except I've unplugged everything and replugged it all back in and restarted everything and restarted the monitor, so I don't know what's going on. It has to do with my cap card. I'll figure it out later. I don't care. We can still talk. We can still look stuff up on the internets and have a good conversation. The idea today is to start the whole night talking about some politics. The last debate we did live on this show, we covered it. We chatted. We drank some beers. We ate some sushi. Had a good time. We're going to do that again next. I'm sorry. What day is the next one? The 19th? Next Wednesday, we're going to do it again. We'll do another live stream of the debate. We'll chat about all the candidates and their responses. I think this will be the first time we get to see Bloomberg. That'll be cool. So that'll be next Wednesday, but it'll be fun. Tomorrow, I'm debating on doing a show just to come on and chat about the primary. I'm debating, which means more than likely. We can talk about the results, whatever they may be, whatever your leanings may be. What's up, Wrench and Voltaire, by the way? My Dem girlfriend hates me when I say Trump bestest president ever. I don't think, even if you hate Donald Trump, or even if you think he's good, I don't think he's the best president ever. There's a lot of real good presidents of all time. So, as you may or may not know, the Democratic primaries are going on. I assume that you know that, because if you're a part of the internet, you've at least seen one Michael Bloomberg video. That dude has spent like $70 million in a month on ads. It sounds crazy, but it's working. So I guess that's what happens, is that money buys you politics. There's a lot of back and forth on it. Oh, to be clear, before I start the show, if you weren't here the last time that we did the debate talk, I wanted to clarify that I am admittedly a Bernie Sanders supporter. I was last time. I've been to several of his rallies. I've helped campaign. I've donated some money. I believe in him as a person. That's my candidate. I have no problem with people that support Trump. I have many good friends support Trump. I live in an area that's a Trump area. I also have friends that support other Democratic candidates. No problem with them. The only thing is we have a good discussion. I don't care who you vote for, as long as you vote. Doesn't matter who it's for. Taking part in the political process is the most important thing. And I hate that I don't like using like words that Bernie Sanders uses, but he uses that phrase. Take part in your civil right as a voter and a citizen of the United States. So tonight is the night before. Oh, we start with Iowa, maybe. Iowa was last week. The votes are still crazy. I believe we already talked about this on the show. We're just going to recap real quick. A whole nightmare of things happened in Iowa. The caucus is a voting system that Iowa uses. I believe also Wyoming uses it. I believe also Nevada may use it as well. I think those are the three. There may be one more. But caucusing it basically works like this. If you don't know what caucusing is, when it's time to caucus, the night, You go there at some specific time. This year, I believe it was the doors opened at 5 o'clock in the evening, and at 7 o'clock, they would start the voting. And by the way, I'm going to hit the slider so you guys can see it as we're talking. Also, I want to get a gauge for how it is like while I'm talking in terms of volume. You'll be able to see probably my pink broken screen as well. So in caucus time, basically you go into a room or wherever the designated center is to vote. They'll have designated areas you stand in. Oh, nice. I fixed the dimming issue. Yes. I spent some time this evening doing that. But you go to a designated area if you'd like to vote for Joe Biden. If you'd like to vote for Bernie Sanders, if you'd like to vote for or Kesher, vote for Elizabeth Warren. They dedicate areas of the gym or wherever you may be to stand and vote from. So if you want to vote Bernie Sanders, go stand over there on the left. Joe Biden, you're in the right corner. Something like that. That's it. You stand there and then they take a first vote. So they'll vote, they'll count the total number of people. They'll count the amount of people standing in the Bernie Sanders line, the Joe Biden line, so-and-so line. Now, if, what's up, Fox? How you doing? If there's a validity rate, so like, or a viability. So if there's 100 people voting, and I believe it's 15%, I'm not totally sure. I don't live in a caucus state. If you have 100 people that are gathered to vote in total for any candidate, you have 15 or, no, I think it's 15% and above. If you have 14 people or less, your candidate is deemed inviolable for that precinct. So that's the first vote. So they go around, they take the votes. They count them up. 100 people for Bernie, 40 for Buttigieg, maybe 40 for Elizabeth Warren, 10 or 17 for Biden, 14 for Yang, 9 for Tulsi, something like that. Okay? Anyone that's below 15, if she's not viable, and they go, Warren people, you can go. They have relatively similar policy stances and things they want to get done. I'm sorry for the drop there. I see we dropped a little bit. I still got to get a second vote. Okay. The second vote ends up being the total, and that's the number winner of the primary, right? So whoever has the majority of delegates is the winner, essentially. I forget the number, but I think it's like 1,600 you need to get the majority. So some of the problems in Iowa came from a couple of different reasons, and I'm sure you've read about it. If not, let me at least give you my interpretation on it. I will preface all this with I am not a political expert. I am not a poli-sci major. I'm just interested in politics. That's all. Just interested. So what happens is you take the amount of votes you let me think. How do they do that? I just saw the math today. It's something like there's an equation based on the amount of votes you got divided by the total number of voters. Okay. And then there's some kind of rounding number. So if you get like a percentage of the amount of people there. So if you like Bernie Sanders, you got 100 out of like 250, so you got 45%. So they go, okay, we have 14 delegates to give away. We'll give away like 7 to Bernie or something like that because it's around 50% or whatever. And at the end, there can be rounding issues. So like Bernie might have gotten 2.4 delegates. Well, obviously you can't give half a delegate. And by the way, I'm extremely dumbing it down. If you'd like to see the actual numbers, actually, I think Popular Mechanics had a breakdown of the math that's required. I'll see if I can find that link and post it in the chat. Now, Popular Mechanics has been burned up in the past for having fake some stories and stuff. You think about them whatever you want, but I believe from what I was reading this morning, that math looks accurate. It's complicated. It's not impossible if you just take a minute to think about the math. But basically, candidates could be awarded percentages of delegates. So like fractions of delegates. So 2.5, 2.4, 2.3, 2.9, etc. Now there's rounding involved. Okay. So if Bernie, for instance, let's say gets 4.6 delegates, he would be rounded up to 5 delegates. Okay. Now, anyone that doesn't meet the threshold, this is where it gets kind of interesting. Anyone that doesn't cross that 50% of one delegate. So if they go 2.5, you round up. If you're 2.4, you round down. But that difference that you lost coming down is also counted at the end when they go, okay, we, it didn't come out even. We had 17 delegates to give away. We've given away 16 because that's how the math added up because there was rounding down. Then they go, okay, let's take a look at who lost the most in the round down and give them a delegate. So you would say that if, let's say Joe Biden, let's say Bernie got 4 delegates and round up, he got 3.7. He rounded up to 4. Okay, so he gets his 4. Pete Buttigieg, 2.8. Okay, rounds up to 3. He gets that. Now, Joe Biden gets 2.3 delegates, and Amy Klobuchar gets 2.1 delegates. Those have to round down. When they round down, Klobuchar is losing 0.1, and it makes sense to me mathematically. Okay, so the person that got rounded down the most obviously had the most to lose, and they got screwed. Now, the problem was that when we started looking into the math, and many of the campaigns did this with their campaign advisors and all that stuff, they sorted through the math that the Iowa Democratic Party reported. And they started seeing, like, wait a minute, according to your rules, and by the way, this is not me being a Bernie person. If you go and look at the graph of SDE, like, inconsistencies, it overwhelmingly negatively affected Bernie Sanders. I'm not calling for a conspiracy or anything like that. If there may have been some favoritism play one way or the other. God damn, we're still losing freaking things here. This is really bothersome. Hang on 1 second. Keep an eye on it. I've been having a problem with this the last couple streams. I don't like it. So it's not that complicated, but I can understand how a campaign worker that maybe isn't so comfortable with math. A lot of people aren't comfortable with math. I'm very comfortable with math. I'm not comfortable with writing papers or painting at all. I can't do that. I'm okay with math. But there's some people that just aren't good with math, and that's fine. But, like, if they're campaign personnel, they're not great with math, they're under a lot of pressure because I'm sure there's people in their face at some of this stuff, especially when it comes down to, like, rounding. Is my candidate going to get one more delegate? Are we going to get one fewer delegate? We're going to lose somebody in this precinct. It's going to be high tensions while they're there. So people maybe are doing math on their pen and paper or whatever, and they make a mistake. Understandable. I get it. People make mistakes in math all the time. But when you see graphs where it's like 80 precincts have rounding issues that negatively affect Bernie Sanders, that is concerning to me, especially coming from the 2016 election, where if you don't know about it, this is not, again, conspiracy stuff. This was out in the open. There was favoritism towards Hillary Clinton. That's probably putting it lightly, but that wasn't necessarily a fair primary, which, by the way, there is no requirement for either political party to have a fair primary. None. They could literally come in and go, you know what, 2020, we're going to run Donald Trump. There's not going to be a primary. I mean, they're kind of doing it. But the Democratic Party can come out, and said, we're going to have Joe Biden. No one else needs to do anything. They're under no obligation to make it fair or to even run a primary. So let's just be clear about that. And it's too bad, really. But so basically, during the 2016 election, a lot of people were upset that what they thought may be a fair election turned out not to. They may have gone to vote for somebody else. Some people went to vote for Donald Trump, burnt out on it. So the hope is that this cycle, we can avoid that nonsense. We can avoid that mucking around with a system. Just let them. Don't cause any issues. Just let them go. Let's have a fair, open primary. I'm not saying that we haven't. Everything could have been something like that in their telephones, and then it would calculate it for them. Well, the app crashed, of course. And as anyone knows that's in software development or any kind of field like that, when you have a live product release, anything that can go wrong is going to go wrong. So you got to test it. You got to plan for it. You got to test. They released this app to be used and hadn't tested it at all. Just wasn't good software engineering or anything like that. So, it wasn't great. The app didn't work. A lot of the precincts just abandoned it, said, screw it, we'll do it by hand. Now, when you start bringing in that stuff, then you start having a problem with you doing the right math, you know the rules. I saw a couple of videos of coin flips where it's like, did that guy really, he kind of flipped the coin and stood there for a minute and looked at it, and then he like flipped it over again. So it's, I don't know. Caucuses are really weird. I don't know why they don't have video inside caucuses, by the way. Like, just have people line up, take a video, take a picture, count the people there. You can recount it if you like. Count it 100 times. There's still 100 people there. I don't know why they don't do that. It's got to be for some voter anonymity thing. Anyways, that was Iowa. Came out pretty close. I'd like to see, actually, what exactly was the Iowa results. I've seen a few numbers. I think it was relatively close. This is with 100%. Now, I will preface this by saying that all of the campaigns, so Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren, their campaigns found a number of discrepancies in the math, and they sent them into the IDP, and then they might do some kind of recount or something. But I don't think these votes are final yet. It says 100% reporting. I think there was some complication with that because everyone sent in stuff. Okay, votes are displayed as state delegate equivalents. So in Iowa, the final so far, it might change. 12, Elizabeth Warren 8, Joe Biden 6, Amy Klobuchar had 1, and the rest had 0. Okay. So in terms of votes, so first vote cast. Really? Is this okay? I'm gonna try and just take a screenshot real quick of this. Delegates? I'm not sure. I think they're still going through it. But Pete has 14 or 13 delegates. Bernie Sanders has 12. Elizabeth Warren has 8. Joe Biden has 6. Amy Klobuchar has 1. Those are the delegates that were received from Iowa. Now, if you want to think about the numbers and stuff, like Iowa is the first race, so it's really, really important in terms of traction and momentum moving forward, things like that. In terms of number of delegates, they need 1,600. So but the difference between even 1 and 14 is negligible, considering the other states have so many more. I think California has like hundreds. That was the delegate count, so the delegates they're given. The popular vote, so like the actual people who voted, 43,274 for Pete, 45,842 for Bernie. Again, I think those numbers might change a little bit because I think there's some miscounting that happened. But so you have a situation where one person wins a popular vote, the other person wins the delegate vote. I'm not saying it should be one way or the other. I told you at the beginning of the show I'm a Bernie supporter. That's fine. But I do seem to recall last election and for the last 4 years that people are saying that President Trump should not be president because he didn't win the popular vote. And here we have someone winning the popular vote but not winning the delegates. That's how you don't have that. Electoral college is a thing. Delegates are a thing. A little bit. Or if that's going to collapse my ability to stream this frame rate. We'll see. Okay, we'll see what happens down here. So, that was Iowa. In between then and now, a lot has happened. We had a debate. If you saw the debate, it was last Friday. It was interesting. I watched it while I was playing Gloomhaven. By the way, there's a video on my page. The latest upload is a Gloomhaven highlight video that I put together. It's very funny. Listen for the very end. Special little sound clip there. So that was the debates last week were okay. I think there were some winners and losers. I thought Amy Klobuchar did really well, to be honest. She's a really good presence in debates. I think she's done very well in debates. Joe Biden, sometimes he seemed lost. I think Biden gets lost in his recounting of things that happened in the past. What do you mean I didn't know about that? I'm the one that was there back in the day when we were putting pen to paper and we, all that kind of stuff. I'm the one that went out and got all this stuff done. Yeah, it a little bit sounds like the old timer guy who's like yelling stories at children that are playing like around his house. But he the thing about Biden is he doesn't to me seem like he's not a bad guy. Seems like a decent guy. I remember at one point during the debate, one of the moderators asked Bernie, what do you think about Hillary Clinton? Because she did come out and say, what do you think about Hillary Clinton coming out and saying, no one likes Bernie Sanders. No one likes him. Nobody can work with him. And Sanders is kind of like, what? What am I supposed to say that? And immediately Amy Klobuchar was like, well, I like Bernie. And Joe Biden was like, we're not going to talk about that stuff. Everybody here likes Bernie. No one knows it. And like gave him a hug on the stage. Everyone was clapping. It was a good moment. Joe Biden to me seems like the kind of guy where he's like, he doesn't really have ill intentions. He thinks he knows how to get something done. You could argue that maybe his ways are outdated, or he's living in the past a little bit, or maybe living through his previous achievements instead of looking towards the future, something like that, or refusing to think in terms of how to move forward. I get all those complaints about him, but he doesn't seem like he's doing things nefariously or has ill intentions for anyone. He seems generally liked by the other people in the room. So I thought that was kind of an interesting moment that I really feel like Biden kind of is more in Bernie's mindset, where it's like, yeah, things are tough, but we need to just get through it because this is what's right. You know what I mean? Which is sort of how Bernie presents himself and his ideas is, yeah, these may not be popular and they might cost a little bit, but this is the right thing to do. This will help people. This is the right thing. This is why, nominally, if you meet a Bernie Sanders supporter, it's different in my history of meeting supporters of different Democratic candidates and all that stuff. Hang on a second. When you meet a lot of different Democratic supporters, sorry, I was reading a text message. Some fans are more fans. Some supporters are a little more rabid than others. In my opinion, and they talk about different things and, why he's likable. A lot of people, when they talk about Joe Biden, why you support Joe Biden? One of the number one responses is, well, I think he can beat Donald Trump. He seems like a nice guy, did a good job with Obama. Fine. Why you support Elizabeth Warren? Well, I would really love to see a female elected president. She seems very smart, and she's kind of funny, stuff like that. She does have good politics too. See the same thing about maybe Andrew Yang. He seems real smart with technology, got some good ideas moving forward. Pete Buttigieg, gay. I want to support first gay president. I understand that. Seems like a nice guy, young guy who needs some fresh blood, that kind of stuff. Bernie Sanders is one of the only people have when you meet his supporters, where it's like, oh, why are you supporting Bernie Sanders? And if you've ever met someone like that, you'll get about the same response. Oh, I think that his plan for Medicare for All is great, and I believe that student debt should be expunged to help motivate the economy, and I don't think we should be in wars forever. I think we should help the environment. All of his stuff, and the difference there is that Bernie Sanders supporters don't talk about Bernie Sanders as a person. They talk, sometimes they do, but nominally, the first thing they say is about his policies. I think that gives you a different idea of how these candidates are supported, and what the supporters of those candidates think and what they care about. And I think that Bernie Sanders has done a great job of motivating a lot of the youth today, who is otherwise sort of, why doesn't the lights get brighter like that? A lot of the youth today to sort of, be interested in politics and realize that they can have a role in their government, in their lives. And, if Bernie Sanders doesn't win anything, if he never becomes president, he's going to have a long legacy in politics, I think, in history of politics. I think that so many younger people now, and by the way, if you didn't see, the Iowa turnout was lower than expected, except for the 18 to 25 bracket, 30% higher than in 2008 with Obama. That's pretty huge. To me, that means that Bernie and his campaign people have been able to motivate these people that were otherwise unmotivatable. Historically, 18 to 25 is the lowest voting percentage. It's pretty cool when you think about it like that. So I think his legacy will be that. If he doesn't become president and do great things, I would love to see that. But if he doesn't, I think he's motivated a lot of people to get involved in local governments and state governments and, even national government and Congress and as reps. But he started a whole progressive mindset. I mean, it's been there. I won't say he started it, but he's made it popular. He's made it cool to be involved in politics and decision making. So I think look at people like Alexandria, AOC, Alexandra Ocasio Cortez. Sorry, Congresswoman. AOC is what most people call her. She's, I think, one of the youngest Congress people, and she's a very outspoken supporter of Bernie Sanders. She travels on his campaign with him and motivates people, and young people are really excited about her because it's a young face making decisions and talking about things they care about. And I think that's important because that she's going to carry on the legacy of Bernie. Same thing with people like Tulsi Gabbard will do the same. But I think there's a movement of these people that sort of found a champion in Bernie that are going to carry all of his things forward. So I was talking with some friends earlier, and I said, watch what happens when AOC wins or runs for president like 8 years or whatever, whenever she's allowed to. I don't know how old she is. But watch what happens. Oh, no, why would you ever say that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, because Bernie has like started this now. And the more young people that he can get to vote, those people all will, they will grow up and vote more. Statistically, the older you get, the more you vote. They'll grow up and their children will think the same as them. And it's just this new wave of progressive and left-leaning ideologies that just move. It's going to move forward. And like, I have a lot of friends that are either Trump supporters or, they call themselves liberals, but they're far more right. But they think the same way, like, oh, no, that all die out with Bernie. It's just like, it's moved past that. It's a wave past. And I think that if Bernie doesn't win anything, I think we will continue to see progressive candidates. Elizabeth Warren is one of them. Look at most of the policies of all of the Democrats. That's all Bernie's influence. He's had a big influence on politics. Advocate of communism. I do. She has some kind of crazy ideas, but I do like that she is, number one, a young congressperson, because normally people think of politics, they think, oh, just old white people. Probably old white men is the more accurate phrasing. But it's awesome to see younger people involved, man. It's awesome. It's really awesome. It's motivating and inspiring, I think, for a lot of people. So I think that's going to be his legacy. New Hampshire is tomorrow. Literally, we're going to see the first primary kicks off tomorrow. I think the polls are open from 7 to 7, if I'm not mistaken. New Hampshire is a non-registration state, or a non-party affiliation. I forget what they call it, but you can vote for any candidate that you like in that state. Independents can vote, all that kind of stuff. So the interesting thing I read today, last election cycle, the governor of New Hampshire was telling someone that, he predicts there's going to be 240,000 people that are going to show up to vote. That was his guess. And he was almost like exactly right. And they asked him again today what he thought, and he said it's going to be like 290,000. He thinks it's going to be higher, which is good. As I said, I don't care who you vote for. I am a personal supporter of Bernie Sanders. If you are not, that's fantastic as long as you vote. Go vote. It's going to take a couple minutes. If you live in Caucasus or some bad area, you have to wait in line. But it's worth it to be a citizen, to have that right as a citizen. So definitely go vote, no matter what. But New Hampshire's tomorrow. We'll see what it looks like on the polls. I think they'll probably have some early reporting like all day. It's like usually like Super Bowl time. It's just all day broadcast. It'll be important for a lot of the candidates. I think we're going to see 2 dropouts tomorrow. We'll probably see Bennett and Patrick drop out. They're just not polling anywhere at all. Some people are saying Yang should drop out. Some people are saying Tulsi Gabbard should drop out. Some people are even saying Biden should drop out. See how he does. But those first 2 will probably drop out. Yang, Tulsi, maybe. The one thing that was interesting that I read was there's a benefit to not dropping out early. Yes, you can drop out early and throw all your support behind another candidate and help them. Sure. But I also read that if you drop out early, you no longer have control of your delegates in the convention. So if it goes to contested convention, I think they're able to vote for anyone else they want. Now, Warren could say, if Warren dropped out, she could say, hey, I'd like all my supporters to go support Bernie Sanders. and they would be free to go vote for anybody else. So it's possible that they were saying that if they're saying, we want to help Bernie win, or help Buttigieg win or help Biden win, some people might stay in until the convention to see how it goes and then throw their support down or right before. So it's all a game of proportion and percentages, chance wise, but we'll see how it goes. I guess I think we'll see at least 2 dropouts tomorrow, though. Hopefully there's no dumb crap with voting. Hopefully everyone's just able to go to the poll, get their vote in, get out, no issues, no lines, no shut down voting booths and forgotten votes, no ballot, ballots from no precincts or some nonsense like that. Let's just have a clean voting day. There's no reason to mess around with all that stuff. Let the citizens vote. Now, right now, according to Real Clear Politics, which is a website, realclearpolitics.com, there's a bunch of polls on the right side. Nationally, now I will remind you that in Iowa, the number 1 delegate getter was Pete Buttigieg. Number 2 was Bernie Sanders. And they were virtually tied. I think there was a 1 or 2 delegates difference. And then it was, wasn't it Warren and then Biden? It was Warren and then Biden. Yeah. Warren got 8, Biden got 6, and Klobuchar got 1. So, that being said, the current national poll for who's going to win president, or who do you want to be president? Who are you going to vote for? Joe Biden has a 23%. Sanders has 22.7. Pretty damn close. Real close. Warren and Bloomberg are real close. 2% away. Now, someone might say, what the hell? Bloomberg? Where the hell did he come from? We haven't talked to him. He wasn't in Iowa. No kidding. So what happened was Michael Bloomberg decided he wanted to run last month. He injected like $60 million into his campaign. You may know this because your Spotify and your Hulu is probably overrun with Bloomberg ads. I think YouTube is as well. But he is running as well. Businessman, very, very wealthy. And I will say my own opinion of this. Michael Bloomberg is probably a fine person. I was not a citizen of New York or a resident to have him as, what was he, governor or mayor? I think he was mayor. He seems fine. He's a billionaire. There's nothing in the Constitution that says billionaires can't run for office. That's fine. I have no problem with him. He's rich. He's running. It's fine. I do have a problem with literally getting rules changed so that you can run. Okay? Let me explain. In order to get into the January debates, which I said we covered a couple weeks ago on this show, in order to be on the stage for that debate, you had to meet some criteria. Okay? Criteria was you had to poll above 10% nationally in 3 different polls. There's a lot of polls out there. You had to show that you could prove the 3 different polls nationally showed you at least, I think, 10%. Think about 10%. Something like that. You also had to have 250,000 individual campaign donations. Now, you might think, holy shit, that's a lot. But then, Bernie Sanders says millions and millions and millions, or maybe a million. I can't remember, but a lot. All these other people have a lot of individual donations. So, some people made it, some people didn't. For instance, Cory Booker, who I think is a senator. I can't remember. He didn't hit that criteria. I think that was it, or maybe it was the polling criteria. He didn't meet one of them. He went to Tom Perez, who is the chairperson for the Democratic National Party, and said, hey, can we get these rules removed so I can be in the debate? And Tom said, no, these are the rules. I'm sorry. You didn't meet either the donation one or the polling one. So fine. He didn't meet the criteria. Those are the rules. That's it. He's not allowed to be in. Fine. The only problem is the qualification to be in the February debate was the same. Until Bloomberg said, you know what? I'm going to make a couple of real big donations to the DNC, to the Democratic National Party. and then I'm going to announce that I'm running for president. And then a couple days later, Tom Perez changes the rules to say you don't need 250,000 campaign donations individually. That's rough. It's rough in that, again, and I said at the very beginning of the show, the Democratic Party has no obligation to be fair. They have no obligation to stick to rules that they created at any point in time. They could change the rules tomorrow, say no one's allowed to run, only Biden. They could do that. But it's a little disheartening when the party decides to change the rules for one person who donated the highest sum to them. There's a cap on individual donations, by the way, if you didn't know that. It's like $1,500. And there's 3 different campaigns that the DNC runs. There's one it's like a national committee and the local committees, and then like something else. Convention money. There's a convention fund. You're allowed to donate to each of those 3, but only a maximum of like $100,000, something like that. Well, on the same day, Bloomberg donates $100,000 to all 3 of those. And then announces 2 days later, and then a couple days later, Perez says you're allowed to be in the debates. Now, that's not necessarily proof of anything, but common sense might say you could have the argument that he bought his way into the debates because he's very rich. Again, that has nothing to say that a person that is rich cannot be on the debate stage. We already have a billionaire on the stage. Tom Steyer is a billionaire. That's fine, but he followed the rules and got in. So it's tough. So anyways, Bloomberg is polling at almost where Elizabeth Warren is. The guy hasn't stepped foot on the debate stage yet. He's just been pounding ads everywhere. Not to say he's a bad guy. The interesting thing is this. Most of these candidates are very anti-money in politics people. But here we are with someone who has literally bought their podium at the debate in next week. That will be interesting to see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see what Bernie says. Just be like, this is absurd. Like, why are you even here? So there's a lot of interesting interplay now that Bloomberg enters. Here's why. Right now, there's like 8 candidates, right? 8 kind of real candidates. Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, and Michael Bloomberg. Those people are all roughly the same policy mindset. Roughly. I think Tom Steyer might be in their camp as well. Roughly that same mindset. They're in the mindset of what you would call centrist. They're trying to keep in between the left and the right. You could argue that doing that makes them far more to the right. That's fine. That's your own opinion. But they're trying to appeal to both sides. They're saying basically, yeah, we need some stuff. We're not going to change too much. We're not going to change too much. We'll do a little bit, but not a lot. It is, and that's their politics boiled down from like a 10,000 foot level. Okay, there's obviously very particular details of differences in between those candidates. I encourage you to go look. You can go to ontheissues.com. I think you can go to Politico and go to their issues page and see some differences between the candidates if you're still not sure. So the interesting thing is we have Pete, Amy, Biden, and Bloomberg. Let's take Bloomberg out for now because he wasn't in for Iowa. But Pete, Biden, and Amy. Now, Biden was projected to be the winner of this whole primary by quite a long shot. He has a big lead. He's a well-known name. People generally like Joe Biden. As I said at the beginning, fine person. I like electing fine people. I like electing honest people. That's what I do. So Joe Biden had the lead. All of a sudden, we got this Pete Buttigieg guy, mayor, small town, against a former vice president. Like, that's pretty big. And by the way, before vice president, he was in Congress for like 50 years or something. Well, all of a sudden, Pete wins Iowa, and you're like, what the hell was that? Biden was supposed to crush the shit out of everybody. Biden got 4th or 5th or something, to underperform pretty badly. So I think of maybe Pete's leading now. Then we get into the debate, and here comes Amy Klobuchar, who shares the same mindset of voters with these other 2 guys. And Amy, I swear to God, I don't think people like her too much in terms of name recognition. She's not flashy or anything like that. When she gets on the debate stage, she's great. She is great in a debate. She's fantastic. So she's basically siphoning votes away from Pete and Biden because they're competing, right? Now we have Bloomberg coming to the mix. We have an already sort of a contested subgroup of the Democratic Party, the centrist guys. Now we have Bloomberg that's trying to shove his way into this group. He's not over here on the left with Bernie and Warren and Yang. He's right in the middle with those centrist people, talking about not too much change, just focus on the economy or whatever. Bloomberg's coming in with a freaking dump truck of money for these ads, buying his way into campaigns. Now he's going to come in, and I bet what's going to happen is he's going to come in and basically just suck the air out of the room for the centrists. I have a feeling. I think Amy will be relatively okay because she, number one, I mean, Jesus Christ, can we get a woman president for once, please? So people are like that about her, obviously. But she also seems to me to be a strong debater. She doesn't really back down from any fights in a debate. She's pretty ferocious. I don't think she's going to be too intimidated by him. I think that Pete and Biden are going to get hurt pretty bad by Bloomberg. He's going to come in and steal those votes going, look at my business. I run $1 billion business. I was the mayor of the biggest city in the world. And what are you going to do? I'll beat Donald Trump. Yeah, it's a little bit tough to argue with that. You could say, well, you don't have too much experience. But if he doesn't have experience, we got little boy mayor over here. It's going to make Pete look bad. It's going to be Biden versus Bloomberg, and Pete's going to be like, oh, I'm just a little kid at the table, in my opinion. So that's interesting for Bloomberg's entry into this. Then we have, on the other side, so we have two sub-factions of the Democratic Party, right? So the Democratic candidates are over here. Here's the centrist people with Pete, Biden, Amy, and Bloomberg. The other side, we have Tom Steyer, who's basically almost a one-issue candidate. I know he has a lot of stances on different things, but if you listen to him in the debate, the environment is his number one thing. He's really much an environment candidate, which is great. I'm not besmirching Tom Steyer. He's sometimes a little creepy in debates when he's just like staring and not blinking. But Andrew Yang, young guy, pretty popular with young voters, really into the universal basic income thing. If you don't know what that is, it's when the automation wave, which is predicted to come sometime soon, sort of wipes out a lot of jobs. Universal basic income will help people that have no work, basically, in a really high, big nutshell. Yang is he talks a lot about automation and all this kind of stuff. He's a really smart guy, really smart guy. He's wealthy and very smart. He started his own business, all this kind of stuff. Good guy. I think him and Bernie are see eye to eye, and they think the same way. I could see them running together at some point. And then we have Elizabeth Warren, who is somewhat famous. She was around the last cycle. She's the one who was sort of infamously called Pocahontas by Donald Trump. Not that is the greatest insult of all time. It's a little bit, reductive and insulting. But it was dumb of her to say that. Claim that she had Native American heritage when I think it might be like 0.00001% or something. But she has a lot of similar views to Bernie Sanders. They differ a little bit in the degrees of their stances, but they're very, very close. And Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders have also been friends and sort of colleagues for decades. I know that they go back a long. There's pictures of them together, forever, getting work done, working together. You could tell when they're talking, they're very good friends. And then there's Bernie, who is sort of one of the leaders right now, who won the popular vote in Iowa. And the other thing with Bernie is the interesting thing about those two factions, they don't really overlap on support. So something that Bernie doesn't really take votes away from Bloomberg yet, because there's other people to take vote. It's interesting. When you think about that split, it'll be interesting to see what happens if people start dropping out. Who do they support? I think it's obvious that if Warren drops out, I would hope that she supports her friend Bernie Sanders. I think Andrew Yang will almost assuredly support Bernie Sanders. He's talked many times about how much he thinks of Bernie and how he's like a role model for him. Tom Steyer, I'm not totally sure. I would bet Bernie. And then, so Elizabeth is would be the big one for that support. Now, in terms of when to drop out, and I don't think Bernie's going to drop out, by the way. He's like a front runner of his subgroup. But, you never know. Something disastrous could happen to the polls, and he drops down to nothingness. In terms of the other side, the centrist side, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Biden. Iowa, I think, was a shock to his campaign. And he just created like what he thought maybe was an attack ad on Pete Buttigieg that I don't think worked out too well for him. But he was actually in the news this week. Someone asked him what he thought about Bernie Sanders and what would happen if Bernie was nominated, not him, or something like that. And, Biden's an adult. He's been around politics forever. And he's just like, yeah, if Bernie wins, of course, I'll support him for everything he needs. We got to beat Donald Trump. And they asked him sort of the same thing about Pete. And Biden was more like, no, we can't have Pete in the White House, or nothing like that. And I think that's a lack of experience type thing, mindset that Biden comes from. But someone was laughing at me today when I said, watch this be the weirdest long call of all time. If you're trying to call some like hot takes and out of left field predictions, watch Biden drop out and back Bernie. That would be crazy. That would be wild, right? I know you're thinking they go, oh, no. There's no way a centrist is going to vote for like a populist, like someone so far left like that, a socialist. But in my opinion, Bernie and Biden are closer in mindset in their general life than the others. I think Pete is more focused on winning and getting into office and sort of, having that honor. And I could see, I don't know, just Bernie has been doing it for 50 freaking years. He seems more honest and to have more integrity and be more, I don't even know. That's how I see Biden. I see Biden relating to that. Realizing that Bernie doesn't take the easy road. He takes the hard road and has been doing this for decades. I mean, there's pictures of Bernie being arrested with the civil rights marches in Chicago, like in the 50s or something. I think Biden has a sort of a spot in his heart where he wants to back Bernie because he knows the type of person that he is. He knows he's a good person. My long shot call is that Biden drops and supports Bernie. I'll die. I'll freak out. So those are the numbers nationally. And by the way, let me point something out. Pete Buttigieg got the most delegates in Iowa. Okay, he's predicted to do very well in New Hampshire. New Hampshire polls right now. Bernie Sanders 28.7%. Pete Buttigieg 21.3%. It's pretty close. Klobuchar, Warren, and Biden are all at 11%. So that's what they think the split's going to be. That puts Bernie ahead by a little bit. But Pete Buttigieg is no, dark horse here. He's looking good. Now, you might say, well, Jesus, if Pete Buttigieg wins, that's like a lock for everything else. He's going to be the nominee. Wins the first two states. There's a lot more stuff involved there. Nominally, Iowa and New Hampshire are pretty white states, especially New Hampshire. That's a white state. That's not an insult. Just not a lot of black and Latino people voting in that state, percentage-wise compared to some other states. Pete Buttigieg does horrible with people of color. Horrible. It's I think it was like less than 2% or something like that want to support him. It's just not appealing to those people, or they're already captured by Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, who are very sensitive to racial issues and have been talking about it for literally decades in Bernie Sanders' case and Biden as well. So some guy that's like, looks like he's 18 out on the stage, that doesn't appeal to those voters. When they start moving south and west, Pete's going to have a tough time. Now, if we look at the polls right here, and by the way, the national poll, 23% Biden, 22% Sanders, Warren's at 15, Bloomberg at 12, Buttigieg is at 8. So you might think, wow, wasn't Buttigieg is placed to possibly win tomorrow in New Hampshire, but he's in 5th in the national poll, just above Amy Klobuchar? Yeah, he is that bad. If anyone that's not, centrist white, he's that bad. So looking at New Hampshire poll, it looks like it's going to be Bernie and Pete. They're going to come out on top. One of those two are going to come out on top. Nevada, Biden 21%. And by the way, Nevada is the next group to go, right? Is going to be like Super Tuesday states. I think are Nevada, South Carolina, California. I'm not sure who else. But basically, it's like, seems to go to Nevada. Biden 21, Sanders 17, Warren 11, Steyer 10, Buttigieg 7. Like he drops way down, sharp, steep drop off a cliff. That's why. That's why. South Carolina is a big Joe Biden state. Big Joe Biden state. 31% Joe Biden. Tom Steyer 18%. Bernie Sanders 7%. Warren 9%. Buttigieg 5%. See what I'm saying? Now, those are polls as of like today. That may change if he wins New Hampshire. People might get some momentum under him, all that stuff. But he's going to have to prove that he can win in a more racially diverse state than New Hampshire because it's not real racially diverse. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Betting odds, 41% Bernie Sanders. These guys, I swear to God, these websites make so much freaking money at this time. Let's see what 538 says. 538 is a great website. 538.com. They have some cool forecasts. So in terms of percentages, who will win the Democratic primary? Okay, is the question. And this means you're getting a majority. If you get a majority, you win of delegates. Okay, we talked about that. Bernie Sanders has a 2 in 5 chance, a 44% chance to get more than half of the pledged delegates. Second place is no one. 28% is no one. Now, what does that mean? How can no one win? They're just saying a majority. That means no one gets a majority. And if that happens, you go to a contested convention. And when that happens, all hell breaks loose. That's when super delegates and shit come into play where those people get to vote. Nobody wants that. Let's have the people decide. You know what I'm saying? Biden has a 1 in 6 chance, 16%. His chances dropped sharply in Iowa. Sharply. Elizabeth Warren, 1 in 25% chance. Pete Buttigieg, 1 in 25% chance. Michael Bloomberg, 1 in 40, 3% chance. Now, granted, he has not been on a debate stage yet. Next Tuesday, will probably either change people's minds or it could propel him past everybody. It could hold him back. Everybody else is below that. Klobuchar, Steyer, Booker, Yang, Tulsi, all less than 1%. In terms of delegate counts, Bernie Sanders is projected right now, a range of forecasted outcomes. They're saying the average is going to be 1,600 delegates. 1,600. That's quite more than the majority. The second place they're saying is 884, half that. It doesn't say what they're out of, I guess. What is this out of? I wish it showed the total number. By the way, if you go to more than half the pledged delegates, then if you go to a plurality of pledged delegates, that must mean the people that have already designated they're going to support Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders wins by quite a bit as well, 55% chance to win. Pete drops down to a 7% chance. Warren, 8%. Biden, 24%. In terms of the New Hampshire primary for 538, what are they thinking? They are saying that Bernie Sanders is forecast to win 28% of the vote in New Hampshire. In 80% of the simulations, he wins between 20 and 36% of the vote. He has a 2 in 3 chance of winning the most votes, much better than the second most likely winner, Pete Buttigieg, who has a 3 in 10 chance. That's interesting. And you know why, I bet, even though New Hampshire is quite white, they also have a ton of independents. And Bernie Sanders does very, very well with the independent vote because he is an independent. Bernie Sanders is not really a Democrat. He's independent. But because our political system is such that you cannot win if you aren't a Democrat or a Republican, he's forced to run on one of the two platforms. Nevada, same thing, Bernie. South Carolina. Oh, Bernie's maybe forecasted to win. I think Biden's going to drop off sharply. That's interesting. Where's California? That's the big boy. California primary. Sanders is forecasted to win an average of 32% of the vote. In 80% of simulations, he wins between 15% and 50% of the vote. He has a 2 in 3, 65% chance of winning the most votes, much better than the second most likely winner, Joe Biden, who has a 1 in 7 chance. Bernie's looking real good, man. I'm very excited about that. Very excited. It'll be cool. We'll see how these polls change over the time. I would highly suggest you run over to 538.com and check out some of their information. They got a lot of cool articles. They also live tweet debates and different. They'll have their team of journalists do like a check-in where all the journalists start like posting back and forth to each other on the forum, so you can see sort of their thoughts. They had kind of a cool thing today, a 538 chat called "What are the X factors that could shake up New Hampshire?" That was pretty interesting. One of them was if the voters funnel to Sanders and Buttigieg, which sometimes happens because they're the front runners from Iowa and New Hampshire, and people like to vote with people that are going to win. So it's possible that those other people get sort of carved out. I think our model likely has a fairly good handle on New Hampshire. We have Bernie with a 68% chance to win, Buttigieg at 27%, which leaves 5% for a miracle upset by Warren. Yeah, they're saying it feels like Sanders is the favorite, but Buttigieg could still win. And obviously, I don't think the winning is, you don't win like if you win New Hampshire, you don't win all the delegates. You win a percentage, and then they add them up at the end, and whoever has a majority wins, I guess. I don't know. It'll be interesting. The most important thing, however, as we were discussing at the beginning, is that you vote. All the different states have primaries coming up. If you don't know when they are, you can see it on 538.com. You can also see it in the picture that I posted as the thumbnail for this video. I'm trying to see where I put it. Just looking at the list. New Hampshire is today. The one after that, I think, is Super Tuesday, which is New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, California. Those are big, big states. That'll be a big one. I think that's March 3rd. Pretty sure. It'll be sweet either way. Let me do a let's wrap our politics talk for the day. We might do a special show tomorrow just to go over the results or as they come in and just sort of chill out and chat about the day of politics. But I want to leave everybody with this, that voting is kind of a right of any citizen in the United States. You should definitely take advantage of that. Go make your voice heard in elections. It would be even better to get involved in local politics if that was possible. But it's very, very meaningful. That's the function of a civilized and free society, is being able to have your voice heard in situations like this. So definitely don't take it for granted. Go vote. If not in your primary, that's fine. If you're a Republican, that's fine. I don't think they're even running anybody against Trump. But good luck in the general. We'll talk more then, I'm sure. But yeah, until tomorrow, we'll get back to it. And obviously on debate night next Wednesday, this will be a live show and be streaming the debate and chatting sort of live while they're going. I'm gonna hit the cam and switch over some games. I might play. I don't know what I feel like. I'm gonna play some Apex tonight. I think we might have some new. Might have some new challenges to do. Did they come out today? I'll have to see. Let's hit it. I'll get this ready. I gotta play with this stupid pink screen today. Driving me crazy. Switch over some of the titles and stuff here. Oh. I think my loop stopped. Let's say some all right. Kind of a cool, like, in-between break to have the camera rotating like that. I really like it. We're doing all kinds of new stuff on the show all the time in terms of technology. One of them is the track that you see moving right now that the camera's on. There's going to be a few more. We're gonna spruce up the track a little bit. I got some stain I want to put on the wood. It's red oak, by the way, if you're wondering about the wood. But there's some other stuff I want to do. I got to finish stuff behind here. I got to get the lights finished. I got to fix the box. As you know, I've been talking about this for a while. We got the rack right behind us. You'll see in a moment. But the rack will be lit up as well. Lots of changes. Let's get some of this. Get rid of some of this stuff here. Get my game up. I'm gonna be so disgusted playing on the this freaking monitor right now, man. Switching the game to 4K was probably a mistake. Probably crashed my Apex. Let's see. Too bad. This camera too. Oh, looks pretty good. It's just my monitor that's messed up. Cool. Still salty, but it's been like 5 minutes. Still salty. All right. Well, my monitor is not cooperating, so we're just gonna say F it and play with a pink hue. Right? Let's get it. Let's get it. Excellent. God, I love that thing. What a good transition capability. All right, let's check out our challenges, eh? Are all my daily challenges completed, or what? Octane, blah. I don't like Octane. 14 hours to the next round. I need 14 knockdowns to the sub. All right. Can make that work. Get used to this stance here. Jump right into it. Actually, should we warm up? Let's warm it. Warm it up. You'll notice the new overlays. I had my designer first of all upgrade them to a higher resolution, but they've also fixed the chat box issue. I don't want the chat box on the screen anymore, so that's here. Let's have some fun. Let's get going. Moist body pillow. Jet black knits. All right.
This fight will result in death.
By the way, as we're playing tonight, any questions you have about the political process, voting, candidates? Oh, did I get him? Yes, someone picked Caustic. Maybe you want to give your point of view on who you're voting for or whatever. I'm all yours. You let me know. We chat about it. Got a book in front of me. Clear my way. Trying to get some kills, some wins. I should double check that the alerts are working. I fixed them over the weekend. I hope they are still working. I'm going to load up and find out. I am not the jump master. We're okay for a moment. All right, come on, baby. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes. That's what the alert looks like if you haven't seen it before. They are beautiful. They're my favorite part of the stream. There goes the lightning. Get them. All right. I'm very happy that that is working. All right. Let's go. Man, this pink hue sucks on this screen. Oh my god, it's so hard to see anything. Shit, I'm gonna kill anybody. This is dumb. Oh my god, I can't freaking see anything, dude. Somebody up there with my boys. Oh, great. I see the gun, friends. Well, I guess that's a sub. Of course. Man, this is terrible. I have this really awesome monitor too, and it's not worth nothing right now. All right, we see you now. I'm coming to get you. Let's get another gun. Maybe before then. Yes. This one here.
Getting shot at. Reloading.
I hear someone.
Oh look, someone wandered into our safe space.
Attention, there is a new kill.
Firing on
I
subjects.
hear him. I can't see him.
Throwing arc star.
He's is hurting. Oh.
Attention. The kill leader has been eliminated.
Placing gas trap.
That was cool.
My vision is clear.
There's a window.
Taking fire.
Ow. Damn, there's more than one team here. We're on the same team. Uh-oh, I got screwed into that piece of it. Or that Eva, rather. Get him, Daddy. No. Alright. No biggie. That was a warm-up. Got a couple of good hits. Got a nice jump in there. Hopefully I fulfilled some of my Octane requirement. I don't want to ever be Octane again. I don't like him. What was it? Was it 650 damage is Octane? Yeah, okay, cool. I think I'm shaking it out. I think I might have a better skin for him, actually. I want to turn this camera a little to the right. It's a little too far that way. I'll work on that tomorrow. Takes a little futzing around with it to get the track to work right. Get to turn the camera the right angles. Also, we're gonna have to play with these light settings a little bit. See what light looks the best. I like it a little darker because it doesn't wash out the nanolights in the back. By the way, if you need lights, the ones I got, I'm telling you, they're the best. It's like Dazane or something like that. They look just like Elgato key lights. They work just like Elgato key lights. They're actually a little bit brighter than Elgato key lights. They mount to the desk like Elgato key lights. The only thing they don't do like Elgato key lights is cost as much. I got 2 for $200, not 1 for $200. Oh, I'm job master. What do we like? Let's do drill
We
site.
should land there. Looks like fun. Vámonos. Olé!
400 damage left with Octane, and we're done with the challenges for this week. Just in the nick of time.
I suspect we will find something here.
I don't know if I accidentally marked the pillar or if he did. I'll go to the building behind it.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Wow, my monitor sucks.
Variable.
Probably actually pretty good now. Got some buffs. A little bit stronger, I believe. I think I like the Evo over that guy.
Bless me with sight.
We got 2 quick, short-range weapons. All right.
It's go time.
Don't you dare go up there. I'm doing it. Woo! Oh, God. It's embarrassing. Maybe this instead. He's so dirty and fast. I love it. Woo! I'm not gonna steal from him. Shut up.
There's a new kill leader.
I'm fair.
Just
Okay.
another insect, if you ask me.
Got a hop up here. Select fire.
Attention. The champion has been eliminated.
Select fire. Hey,
A champion has fallen.
this looks pretty good. Swap these. I think this guy went in this room. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm lucky I can tell that was blue, by the way. I couldn't even tell that was purple once I picked it up. Did I not have a shield? What the hell?
I suspect we will find something here.
I'm coming. Oh, they're not gonna take the balloons. I made them. It is so hard to see anything over there with this monitor like this. See these are open. Dead boxes. Don't hear anyone. Except for those 100 bullets down the way there. Oh my god, I can't. It's so whitewashed. I can't like see anything.
Level 2.
It's almost hurting my eyes. I know my eyes are gonna like dry out like crazy just watching the screen. Yo, they gotta fix the sound in this game. The amount of times I'm playing this game, I'm like turning around like, what the fuck was that? Who's behind me? There's no one there. It's my teammate running like 300 yards away. Hate it.
Extended light mag here.
Can I switch to one of your other 12 monitors? Shut up. Yes, I could.
I can use that.
I'd kind of be playing this way, but you're right.
Damn, I could have used a good run.
Placing gas trap.
Oh, nice. Okay. I don't necessarily like that hop up, but that's okay. My teammates don't want to come this way?
It's fine. Someone just look.
What?
I have a subject in view.
Oh,
Right here.
someone flew. Okay.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Care package on high. Marking our surroundings.
Enemy spotted. Way out there.
Oh my god. I have to get right up on these guys and fight them.
I'm taking fire.
Come on, get me up there. Not where I want to go.
Reloading.
Thank you. Not what I wanted.
Throw an arc star.
Oh, I hit somebody. Nice.
Thermite grenade. Fire in the hole. Come on, compadre. Get him.
Take a deep breath.
I think they jumped down.
Subject down.
This will take some time.
Taking a moment to recharge. Healing my wounds.
He's right behind the corner.
Thermite.
Oh, he ran.
Gas trap deployed.
Oh, is that his gas? Sweet. Oh, no.
Reloading. Whole squad wiped. One less variable to
Wow,
consider.
nice job, guys.
Recharging my shields.
What the heck? Hey, it's a yellow box. I couldn't even see it. Oh my god, the sound thing is making me nuts. So like that dude's right next to me. Yes. Thank you. Oh my god, look at this light. What the heck? Well, these guys are loaded up.
Shields are recharging.
I hear that. Just can't see it. Okay. What do we, oh, we're okay. Hey, that was mine. Oh, in the head. Oh, we're going on the train tracks, I guess. This guy's going rogue.
It's go time.
Octane is pretty fun.
Level 2.
Oh, hello.
Save that for me.
Called dibs.
Gas trap deployed.
This some weird spots for gases in those corners like that. I should know. I might have to switch to another monitor. This is wild. It's like getting worse, I think.
Beginning ring countdown.
No way this monitor's dying. This monitor costs way too much. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing, Ships? Oh yeah, that 1440, right?
Bad guys, let's do this.
We shooting? Say the word, buddy. He didn't see me. He shot my friend there.
Recharging shields.
Cracked his armor out though.
Placing gas trap.
Someone else is over there.
We should do it, man.
Trap deployed.
Let's go get it.
Hit the ejector seat.
Placing gas trap.
Oh yeah, daddy.
Gas trap deployed. Placing gas trap.
They're like right there. Why they didn't follow me? God damn it.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, gee, they almost hit me with it. I thought they followed me.
Charging on my shields.
Get my rank fixed if you need a partner. Yeah, dude, that sounds good.
Contact with target.
Gotta go fight somebody.
Sight. High phase in this.
Someone out there? I just saw someone up top. Oh, why did I miss him? I mean, besides not aiming him. Shit, someone over there behind us. Another team coming.
They're not getting back up from that. Got some bad guys here.
Healing my wounds.
Reloading. The second squad is firing at us.
Can't see him.
Variable added. Recharging shields.
Shit, he's gonna be trapped out there.
Recharging shields.
Up top. Shit, we gotta go. Crap, we're gonna get burned by this shit. I got a jump we can take. Come on, daddies.
Jump pad out.
I'm taking fire.
It's go time.
Healing my wounds.
Can't see it. Ah. Who is this bad guy? The fuck? How far? I don't think I can stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh! What am I doing? I forgot that there's lava. Oh no.
I'm down.
Oh.
That was the last one.
Oh man.
From the equation. You are
My bad, dude.
same team.
Oh man.
Nap time.
My bad. Oh shit. I don't have time.
Medical aid.
Yeah, that heal wouldn't have worked in time. I can maybe make it.
Next ring's far. Not for me, but there for you.
Yeah, heal up.
Healing my wounds.
I'm coming. I think I can make it. I don't exactly know the way over. Is it this way? I'm falling on another pit.
Death will have to wait.
Do I have enough time to res, you think? Or can I just go?
And I'm back in the game. I'm down.
I can make it. I can make it. I can make it.
They actually got heat.
Don't res me in here. Kill yourself. Okay. I can make it. I'm confident. This is nuts.
Recharging shields.
Look at that. Fell in a freaking lava pit, dude. Totally forgot they were there. Stupid.
Nap time's over. Healing. Ah, this is taking too long. 1 more minute, amigo. Ring's right there. So close. So close.
All right, well that works. My teammate left.
45 seconds till ring close, amigos. Don't make me cat.
Placing an independent variable.
Is there a way out there? Yeah.
30 seconds until the ring closes.
Oh, we know where he went. Oh,
You like
Jesus
it?
Christ.
Close, huh?
What the hell was that?
I suggest we do some
Yup.
research in this area. Shields are recharging.
What the hell, right? Then you had a rocket pack. Yeah, if you fall in the lava,
Attention.
you like
The
float
kill
for a
leader
while.
has been eliminated.
10 seconds remain. The ring is close.
Is he trying to get that? Is that a bad guy? Oh, damn it.
Clearing out subjects.
That guy's not super great. Good for me.
Throwing so fast.
Attention.
We are all outside of the red zone. The rewards in that care package
Help us a little
could
bit.
be a deciding variable.
Oh, okay. There's lava. Grab this real quick, you think?
Placing an independent variable.
I wonder if there's a gun. I can see that thing. Shit, I should have grabbed those charges. Yeah, got big health packs, that's it. Not again! Yeah, that's exactly what went through my head right there. Get another pack right next to
Round
it.
4. Beginning ring
Really?
countdown.
He's fighting up there. Oh yeah, nice.
Test trap deployed. Devotion here.
I think that's a pass. Oh, I can like that. That's better for me to see. Like the wolf dressed up as the grandmother. What big eyes you have. Where's the hell is the hole there? That way? So I think they're gonna come from the other side actually. I'll play this. I don't know what the jump pad is gonna do for us, but I got it. Just in case.
Spotted a subject right here. Firing on subjects.
Just crack.
Shake a leg. We've only got a minute.
I have a
And the ring's
subject
right
in
there.
Deployed.
Oh, Jesus. Too close. I have no nades left. Gas is good cover.
Incoming grenade.
Jesus Christ.
Independent variable added.
Missed all my shots there, no biggie.
Subject down.
Oh, behind us?
I still see everything.
Jesus, God. Can't see anything. What? I'm just in smoke.
Charging shields. Come on.
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
Resurrection.
Oh! Wait a minute. That was somebody shot under me? Oh my God. Okay. Give me a sec. I don't know how I'm alive through any of this.
Taking fire. Reloading.
Oh my God. That was intense. I'm not crazy, right? Like, yeah, I should have picked up army, right? Like, I hit that jump and jumped in the air, and the dude shot a bullet underneath me and killed that guy. That was sick. That was awesome. Good game, though. I mean, we got a third, and I can't freaking see anything on this monitor. Might have to switch to this monitor, actually, if that's possible. Actually, I can't. The cap won't work like that. So I have it plugged into the Live Gamer 4K. Oh, got my Octane done. Go right back to Caustic. Let me I'm gonna grab my water. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna try unplugging the monitor and plugging it back in, see if that maybe fixes something. I doubt it because I've tried it like 1,000 times. I'll try it one more time. Give me just 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay. I think I know what's happening. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tweak something right now. I tried switching monitors and I'm getting the same sort of gray, dulled out screen. I'm going to hit the trap so we can move a little bit while we're chatting here. Give me just a second. I think I might be able to fix it. I'm trying to think. So this would indicate that it's a setting with a cap card, actually, and not necessarily with the monitor, because my monitor looks great as soon as I unplug that. I'm wondering. You can see the monitor on the right side is a little grayed out, which would indicate an issue. Just capturing a basic scene, you know? Hey JD, what's up? Oh, the tracker? Yeah, it's pretty neat, right? I just installed it this weekend, so this is the first stream I'm using it on. Sorry, I'm taking a second to get back in the game. I gotta figure out what's happening with my cap card. I don't really want to restart my computer, but it feels like an issue. Oh, like how am I getting the camera to move? So I have it on a motorized camera slider. It's basically a belt. It's basically a platform that moves back and forth on a belt, and there's some servos that move it back and forth on command. So I have it hooked up to a remote, and when I hit it, it just loops back and forth between 2 points that I set on the device. I didn't make the device. The device is a purchase, but I put together some of the other camera equipment so that the camera itself can stay tracked on a certain point. So notice as the camera moves, I stay relatively in the center of the frame, so I can talk as it's moving back and forth. But it gives kind of a cool effect for like idle time, like in between stream time, you know? While I have to figure out insane issues like this. It's pretty neat. It's real new. I just put it on today. First stream with it. I'm having a real problem with this capture, man. What is the issue? Something to do with the card itself. Let me check the device manager, maybe. Sorry, we're live. I know if I'm supposed to play with Joe. I'm gonna get to you in just a minute, buddy. This is irritating. And they have one display driver listed. That's coming up right now. Let me see what it's got on the capture. Let's go to lobby real quick. That's going to show my screen over here with the chat on it. Yeah. Because I switched the input on that. It's like having a bad transfer on the transfer cable. I'm trying to think what it could possibly be. I give it 4K properties. Captures on there, okay. If I can deactivate it and then reactivate it. That helps at all. Somehow I doubt it. Just activating it. So you guys can't see any difference. That's a problem. But on my side, there's quite a difference. It's just washed out. I'm going to switch it back to the main screen and put it on there, and we'll get playing again. Should be back to capacity now. Yeah, so if you can see right now, actually, if you look in the camera, it shows my screen has a pink hue on it, which would indicate that something's not working with my graphics card. But that's not it. It's a problem with my capture card. Get some of this stuff off the screen here. Get back to it. This should not be in whatever the hell resolution this is. Let me close out of this. Oh, it's crashed. That's okay. All right. Move this over here. Move this over here. Origin has encountered a serious problem. Oh no! Restart Origin. So I guess I'm screwed with this. Let me take one more look while this is restarting. I don't know, man. It sure is frustrating. All right. Sorry for the delay. Let's get back to it. Just have to deal with this garbage. Because you play Apex Legends. All right, let's go back to Apex Legends, please. We'll get it working next time. I mean, it looks fine for you guys. It's in the right color. That's all that really matters. I just have a tougher time seeing people. Because the bit range or something is just washed out. I wonder if I could adjust the color or something and reset this. Take down the white, but it's still washed a little bit. That's no big deal, man. Not the end of the world. I know it's not my monitor that's broken, because when I plug it into the regular input without the cap card in between, it reverts to normal. So, I mean, my monitor is quite a hefty monitor. I didn't want that to be broken. That would be quite an investment to get it fixed. We get into Discord with Joey. Hello?
Everything's so purple.
What, on, yeah, not on the capture screen, but on my camera?
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, dude, that motorized camera move that you got going on, that is slick.
Thanks, dude. It's an idea I've had for a long time. Finally put it together.
That is, I'm probably going to steal that from you.
It's pretty awesome.
Please don't feel bad. Every time somebody asks me, I'll be like, I got this idea from Moshcrates Gaming over on YouTube.
It's not Moshcrates Gaming anymore, just Moshcrates.
Oh, sorry, just Moshcrates. My bad.
I got the fancy custom URL now.
Hey!
For the meantime,
yeah,
try setting polarized sunglasses to
I
fix the
liked your
colors.
thing so you could change it.
That's smart.
Because did you have to have so many followers or subscriptions or something like that?
Yeah, you have to have 100 subscribers to get a custom.
I saw the post. I hopped on. I did my part.
You're the best.
Smash that.
Trying to see if I can switch some of the color mode here. See if there's something that I could do. Nothing really. Oh shit! I just turned off my monitor. Okay.
I am mesmerized. That is so cool. Are you using like a lens go on like a little camera run, or?
I don't know the
Tell
words
me.
you just said to me. It's a motorized camera slider. That's all I know. Has like a platform on it, and then I bought a separate attachment that has like this. It's like a mini tripod that can spin. That's like made. I was looking it up online, and so it's made for this thing. And then I had to make a custom shelf because the thing is humongous and it doesn't fit on a desk. And then so now I'm trying to route out the back of the wood and smooth it down and get it stained so it actually looks pretty good. Then I mounted some brackets on the wall that hold like 500 pounds or something and put it up there. it took a little bit to get it together, but it looks pretty good.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I'm ready.
That is so much production value right there. I mean,
Wow, that's high praise. Oh shit, I don't have any
see-
sound. What?
uh-oh. I can hold on to it for a bit.
Okay.
You good?
It might have switched to default sound values instead of my sound. Yes, it did. Okay, I can figure it out.
If you have a
Oh, now we're lagging again. Come on. I'm gonna beat the heck out of Spectrum.
3 teams went to Mirage.
All right. Let's do it. Get my frame rates back up, baby. Wow. I'm way out of it. I thought I had a
Blood.
come on.
first blood on the enemy.
Sure you did, Mosh. You had a hemlock.
What are you rocking?
R845.
Alright. Sounds like a win to me.
I also need like 10 more knockdowns of the subs, so I'm trying to get that.
Hello, darkness, my old.
Just to update you, I now have a P2020. Oh,
There's,
thank you, sir. Thank you for pointing that out. I may not have noticed until it was too late. By too late, I mean already dead.
Shotgun ammo. No.
Mozambique here.
That's all you need, baby.
Mozambique, yeah.
Mozambique, and you're ready to go.
Actually did pretty good with the Mozambique the other night. Actually, do I want to say that? Yeah.
So how does a charge rifle use the same bullets as?
They wanted to make all the snipers the same. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I know.
You're just like,
Doesn't make any sense.
There is a new
it's like
kill leader.
it hits blunt. Hey guys, I have a great
New
idea.
kill leader. I must confess.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what
That's
I
exactly
long
how that
for.
was decided.
Attention. Kill leader has been eliminated.
Let me finish. We take
me
out
finish.
the laser weapon that uses the laser energy. Is that?
But it's still gonna shoot a laser.
Yeah.
No, it's just. That was
It still sounds like laser bullets. But hang on, wait for it. No laser bullets.
Grappling.
1 minute until
Where's my
the nearby
raise?
ring closes.
I'm going on break.
There's a blue backpack over here if you need it.
Yeah, I don't have any backpack, so.
Backpack here. Level 2.
I like how he says backpack.
The ring is close. Dibs. Using grapple.
Let's come back this way. What am I doing? We usually stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Actually, I altered the color of the screen a little bit. It looks a little bit better now. Still pretty bad, but it looks okay.
Oh my gosh, it's downstairs. No wonder I can't
Usually
find
stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. There'll probably be a special stream tomorrow, however. Around 9 o'clock, we'll probably get on. Just because we talk politics on this show once in a while, as we did when we started the show tonight. And want to catch up a little bit on whatever happens in New Hampshire tomorrow. See what Democrat is leading the pack, maybe?
it. Did they make the balloons taller?
I can see that the ring's moving on the map.
I did not see that in the patch notes. I don't think so.
Champion out.
Maybe you just got
A lot
shorter.
longer to go up.
Watch out for the new kill leader, friend.
They cut Pathfinder's legs in half. I heard that.
You're just salty.
Yeah, because I can't see anything.
Just fine because I'm a salt-powered robot. Because you can't see anything. Just think you're in the
Here I go.
Pink Floyd custom game.
So it feels like.
Care package being delivered.
Incoming care package.
Welcome to the wall.
Oh, that's got to be a different color. Yes, it is.
Body shield here. Level 2.
Can't tell what kind of body armor you guys need
Ping's level 2.
because I can't tell what color it is. Think I need that? Oh, man, there's my jam right there too.
Cargo bot.
All right, let's go now. Need some knockdowns. Who am I? Oh, Caustic.
Standard stock here. Level 3.
Let's get him.
Helmet here. Level 2.
Level 2 standard stock. Level 3. Oh. Oh.
Level
takes a lot longer to ADS on a charge rifle now.
Oh, they did make that change. I haven't like tried it. I've been only playing with a Sentinel lately.
I think that's what everybody's playing with.
It's a really good gun.
And it just looks kind of clunky, the animation. Like you like lift it out. I guess is it so heavy that I have to like put it on my shoulder?
Barrel stabilizer
Yeah,
here.
that's true. I guess I
Level
noticed
2.
that. And the answer is yes. It's that heavy. I only have 60 bullets with the 99. We gotta make it right.
Another cargo bot here.
Yep.
Shot a cargo bot.
Shot a cargo bot.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Not looted. Huh.
Attention.
Huh.
There's a new
Not looted at
leader.
the train station. That's some weirdo
New
stuff.
kill leader. Watch for them.
So golden backpack as you revive.
I gotta make that up on my.
Helmet is fast charge.
Yeah, that one's my favorite one. Fast
Which
charge
one
is the best.
is it now that you can put your meds in quicker? Is that armor?
I don't remember. Just get them all. They're all good.
Oh, okay. I got 2 gold, so
Wow, look at you, Mr. Fancy over here.
Here I go.
I'm halfway there.
Guess you're part of the 1%. You to pay your
The
fair share of
welfare.
taxes.
No, I'm a part of the 1%, so I don't have to pay taxes. Come on.
Not under my new plan.
I am here once again to ask for your money.
That's my favorite meme.
I know, it's so good. I love that he memed himself.
Yeah. He's got good
Hop up here.
internet people working
Select
for him.
fire.
He's got good what?
Like internet people that understand pop culture.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
It's always weird when you see political candidates that are really out of touch with the voter base. Like Joe Biden wearing like a sideways hat. What's up, dogs?
Beginning ring countdown.
I mean, I'm old, but that dude is like a dinosaur. I guess Bernie Sanders is just as old, but Bernie seems cooler. Joe Biden seems like he would be in a cartoon where like he would jokingly like punch out a dinosaur or something like that. I don't know why I just thought of that. And now I want someone to make that into a political cartoon, like take that
Extended heavy
dinosaur, you know.
Level 3.
I need a light mag.
Flatline here.
Oh, you stay. Oh,
Extended light mag here. Level 1.
I got daddy.
Oh, which one did you get?
Don't worry about that. Actually, I couldn't tell until I looked just now because it just looks like white to me.
Everything's purple.
This thing really does feel like a rocket coming down. Damn it. Like, how the hell would I see anything over there? It's so frustrating.
So what were you doing before you got sniped in the head? Oh, you're just standing up in the rock.
Yeah,
in the middle of
just
the-
looking. Can't see anything anyways. This is unloaded. No way they left all this stuff here. Select fire. What color armor is that? Not better than blue, I
I
guess.
do have a digi for my 99, so throw as much gas as you want.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Did you see my comment?
No.
Backpack
I was
Sorry.
here.
like, yeah, doesn't it
Level
suck
2.
when your teammate throws a bunch of gas in a house and you're fighting?
Nah, I'm good. Use my sixth sense. Detect them. Like Spidey. All right, let's go.
Oh, we got roommates in here.
Optics here. Close range.
Oh, I should probably. I'm the gas guy. Why am I not putting down gas?
Placing an independent
Oh, I see something cool. Check this out. I paid an artist a long time ago to make me a gas animation for Caustic. So happy with it. This lasts for like 30 seconds, then goes away. Just fun.
Hostile spotted.
If I get a charge shot.
Great. Already inside
Peter
the ring.
Tingle. Oh, dude, I completely forgot about that until you just mentioned it. Absolutely, I mean Peter Tingle. What think you're doing, friend? I don't understand the drop on that weapon.
Enemy taken down. Reloading.
It's easier to see when I'm...
likely shift the delta in our favor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gas trap
Let's get the hell out of this, Joe.
Sorry.
Hold B to charge. Let's charge them up.
Hostile over there.
Give me it. My gas is popped behind us. Someone's here. Heads up. Really?
Enemy spotted.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Just not charging my weapon too.
I appreciate independent
What? Did I lose my skill master? Shit.
My shields are recharged.
Damn it. I heard him. It was just too late. Jumping off. 1 sec. He's got 3 up there. It's going to be a tough fight.
I am taking fire, friends. Firing. Reloading.
Ah,
Oh, I can't hide
I'm
under here.
rusty.
Oh, it's over here. Okay. There we go. Good try.
I have seen target dummies.
Damn, target dummies. What the hell? Zero kills. Ugh. Peter Tingle. What the
Kills.
hell?
I had kills.
Hilarious.
Do you not get kill steals anymore?
Kill what?
Kill steals?
I don't.
Someone else
I think
someone
there's
down?
some portion of assisting.
28 RP.
Yeah, it's more than like 12 or whatever it costs.
Ideally challenge. Play 2 games. Great. God, that's so
Get 6 kills. Almost there, boys. 6 more to go. All right. I'm ready.
I feel like you just need to do a master cut of that camera moving back and forth on you to like
Hell yeah.
sexy and I know it.
Just wait till I set it up with the USB command. It's going to be sick. So this thing right now is controlled through a remote that connects to the slider via USB. So when I do motions on it, it's sending a USB message across the link to get it to move. So that means that I could put a listener in between the two.
Hey, I thought you were
Listen to the
supporting
messages.
NDI. When did you move to a capture card? Or back to a capture card?
The Live Gamer 4K when I wanted to stream in a higher resolution.
Okay. Were you
So
having, could you not do that through NDI settings?
you can. It's just texting.
Ah, okay.
Because 4K you need like 50,000 bit rate, so it's like a lot.
Gotcha.
There's like 150 megs just streaming at 720. Jumpmaster, let's go. Because the remote is connected by USB, that means it'll send a USB message to the slider to get it to move one way or the
Yes,
other.
sir.
Step at the points. So,
Oh, they got rid of our little construction.
if I can do that, then I can fake those messages through another way.
Didn't
In
they?
other words, I'm going to link
did.
that device to my computer and trigger trigger the message to send from my machine to the slider, so I can control it from there,
The dope.
from here. And then in that case, I can control it based on event. It's like when someone subscribes, I can get it to shake. If we like hit a goal or something, or it's a special day or something like that, trigger all that stuff. I'll lay in the middle because I'm ballsy like that. Forgot they're over here on this side. Where's my teammate going?
Next ring is distant.
Got a 99.
Blood on the enemy.
Nice.
Here I go. Gas trap deployed here. Level 1.
Must go back.
Fire.
Broke him. Oh, I missed him again. No.
Down. Very
Got
low
this.
added.
I got faith.
Don't get up. I'll need
Reloading. My vision is clear. Killed one. You are fortunate we are on the same team. Reloading. Gas trap deployed.
He's low. Fuck. Oh! He's got to be low. He's getting hurt by my gas.
My vision is
Can't get in there.
reloading.
That dude can't have anything left. There's no armor when I came in here.
They're not getting back up from that.
He's on the stairs, Dave.
Let's be honest, I'm the only real champion here.
I can push him. Let's walk towards him.
Charging on my shields. We've got 1 minute.
I'm his
and
tank.
The ring is far. Just how I like
Oh
it.
my goodness. Somebody. Between his view and your view.
Step quieter next time.
And your view, you're like, like it's everything's loud and super like thing. And I went back to his. It's just like he like sand crawling on the ground. Oh man, that's my fault. I missed the second shot. I broke him on the first one. I was like, I can do this.
That's all good. I should have had the last guy. I just missed with the last bullet. I hit him hard and broke his armor. I think I got some more knockdowns for my subs, though. How many more do I need? 11. Let's maybe open up a package over here.
How do you get those challenges for submission kills?
So I'm debating on going back to the prime lens as well. DSLRs, mirrorless cameras have the lens that comes standard with it. It has like mechanical zoom on it, like an auto zoom. And then there's things called prime lenses, which are set at a certain lens closure. I was reading a little bit about it online. I'm not a photographer. I'm not a lens expert. But I bought one that I really, really love. It comes with a super crisp quality. You think this looks good. I put the prime lens on, you're going to be blown away. It looks pristine. The problem is that because the aperture is closed a lot more, you get a much lower field of view. So you can't, like, I need to get it set so, like, I wouldn't mind cutting off some this way, like over that way if it was blocked. But I'd like to see the lights and some of the background here. So I'm still debating. I'd have to have the camera much further away. I just don't have that room. So this one's not too bad. I may try and find a prime lens that is like this. It's a higher quality lens,
What
but
the
at
hell
this.
is that
See.
noise?
It's a bug. You just drop and then it goes away. Yeah.
Oh, we were like,
Yeah, you're like a light dot
missile.
underneath it or something. It's so
Yeah.
annoying.
where are we going?
I think he just wanted to get out of the sound.
this way.
Oh, that was gonna fly into the lava. You got sentinel? Okay. Blue armor on this side. Behind me.
Oh, I got something nice.
Anybody land here? I didn't see anyone.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody.
Did I go the wrong way for that or what? Jeez. This is a 301.
Grappling.
Yep, you're being attacked. Oh, it's the train people too. What? Where am I? Going towards our friend too.
You're going towards a friend? Okay.
He was under fire. Were they just on the train?
Ring countdown.
Hell's done here.
Why couldn't I pick that up? That's weird.
Better than what I got. Oh, it's a fucking sentinel.
They're fighting on the Mirage.
Maybe some loot over there. I'll check for us.
Ah, damn. Asked for it, found it. Oh, did I see the guys? Yeah, okay.
Heavy ammo here.
Oh,
Gotta
okay.
hop up here. Select fire.
I wish we could kill the train dudes, take their stuff.
Grapple.
I waited to let you go first.
Wow, you're such a gentleman.
Gonna do some looting there.
I forgot they added this rope on the outside.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah, the top part was really well defended if you got here first.
Level 2.
Yeah, hit that.
Hey, Pup. What's up, perp?
Damn. I
You know,
think,
do you want the sentinel? Because I feel like I always get a sniper rifle, and then I end up getting in.
yeah, I'll take it. You got it on you?
Yeah.
Coming.
Bring it to you.
Grappling.
You got the stuff, man.
It's actually loaded up pretty good too.
Ooh, daddy.
What are you dropping?
I threw down a something. Okay.
Longbow here.
All right, Sentinel time. Let's go. Hello, other Sentinel. I don't want that.
I'm like, why can't I pick anything up? I have 17 or 7 grades.
Jesus Christ. Well, I can't say I can't see anything with that scope, right?
Fucking decisions.
Let's see. G7 scout here.
Placing an independent variable.
What do we like? Going down the train? You want to go under or go down the train?
He's
Gonna
already
do
down
some
here,
looting
so.
here.
All right. Give me it.
I'm in.
Just kick it really hard and it
Next
opens.
ring. I smell
That's a
victory.
good vault.
Smells like. Man, what is that smell? Oh well.
What's that? Pork chops?
It's a whole lot
Guys,
of fun
voice is so weird. Where's all the attachments? Or do I have most of them? Meh. I just need a sniper extendo.
Care package being delivered.
The rewards in that care package could be a deciding variable.
Could be, but short. Looted over here, I think.
Oh my god, there's so many.
G7 light ammo here.
So many. I have 84 sniper bullets. I'm never gonna use 1/3 of those.
G7 light ammo here.
Wow, spam reported.
It was just incredible that there was that many.
Oh, legit is looted. Okay. Oh shit, there's someone here.
Where?
Pretty sure I saw someone up top mid. I'm watching through the door. Yep, someone's here.
Still see everything.
Why did that pop?
My vision is clear. Placing gas trap. Placing gas trap.
They're across the hall there to the east. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Guy was in there.
I have a subject in view, right here.
I'm gonna slide across.
Coming.
I think he went back and closed that door through this hallway to the right. Yeah, I have a feeling he went through there.
I got a bad guy.
I shot down a cargo bot.
Someone just landed. Close.
By two different spots. Independent.
Where'd my trap go?
Teammate got me. They're all over here. God. Should've done it.
Shit, I don't think I can get out of here. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Try to hit him on the way down. We got Chef in there pretty bad, huh? That was pretty funny, Rob.
Minus 12. I didn't get anything? Nada. Damn.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't give out points for being trash, which is what I found out.
Hey. I had 100 damage.
I'm also calling myself trash. This playlist is so damn good. I love it. Oh, I didn't check the store today. Still got this 301 on here. I don't like that. Requires. Okay. I'm ready. African coffee. Coffee. I see. I see what he did. Why is Hookers for Jesus trending on Twitter right now? U.S. government gave $530,000 in taxpayer money to Hookers for Jesus. What is Hookers for Jesus? I don't know what that is. Is it a sex trafficking thing? What is Hookers for Jesus?
We're going spicy.
17 years ago, Jesus broke my chains and gave me freedom from anxiety, depression, pills, cocaine, adultery, exotic sex dancing, prostitution, and sex trafficking.
Oh,
15 years now, I've walked back into hell to rescue others like me. Okay. That's weird. But if it's a charity, it's a charity, bro. Sex trafficking is actually a pretty big problem, so if he's donating money to them, then no one should be giving him shit for that. It might have a weird name, but that might be just to like grab attention and stuff. Right? It might do good work.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Lucky us, we are already inside the ring. Charge rifle here.
Can I get something that's not a pistol? Pistol. I would like that, please.
Attention. First blood.
Prowler SMG here.
My wishes are not going to come true.
Seen that coming.
Nothing, man. Wow.
cargo boat over here.
Let's go
I'm
this
getting
way.
screwed. P2020 is all that was in that building. get away from you.
I shot down a cargo bot.
Good, you're gonna be off the team if not.
What?
What?
Why am I off the team?
Joking.
That's
that
a long shot with a
is that
iron
Peacekeeper?
sight.
Ugh. Hate the Havoc. Least favorite gun.
Grappling.
I will take this charge though. Oh, hello.
Is that a legitimate contact with us?
He's yeah, I think so. Of course, it's Wraith just chasing people down without her team, as usual. Wraiths are crazy.
Sweaty, sweaty Wraith
New
players.
kill leader appointed.
Watch out for the new kill leader, friend.
Although I can understand the benefit of being super aggressive. Yeah, someone on Mirage's ship. There's a chance they saw me slide off the mountain. I don't know.
Zipline deployed.
I'm right behind you. About to pistol somebody to death. This guy just like booking it as fast as he can across the map to attack somebody.
Using grapple.
Maybe stream sniping somebody.
It could be. Got Dr. Disrespect in the game tonight.
I set the portal.
If he is, that's
Dude, this guy is
easy
booking
kills.
it.
Contact. Reloading.
Reloading.
I got 2 good shots on him. Hey, no, I play Wraith. I'm just kidding. Some of the pug Wraiths I've been with are like, seriously, they see a bad guy and it's like charge as hard as they can.
Throwing thermite grenade. Throwing thermite grenade. Fire.
Delivering frag.
Frag out.
Where'd my gas go?
Enemy down. Making contact with enemy.
She outside. Oh, hi. Woo! Let's go, daddy. Give me that pistol kill.
Looks like that was the last one in the squad.
To be fair, I'm trash at this game.
Reloading.
I'm sure that's not true.
Attention.
This game is super fun, though. I'll
Using
do that.
grapple.
Those care packages likely shift the delta in our favor.
I P2020 that guy, so I guess I can't make fun of having it.
You gonna keep it? You gotta
No,
kill
I'm
him.
not. There's a 301 right behind it.
Recharging my
Alright.
shields.
Administering medical aid.
It's funny because everyone kind of attaches to a character, right? I always play Caustic. Always. So I know how you feel finding like a guy you like and sticking with it. It's not to be sexist. I say guy for genderless.
Using grapple.
Let's see. Let's get. Let's keep this stuff.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
Extended light mag here. Level 1.
Where's that? Thank you, Daddy.
There's a bad guy over there, I
Hostile
think.
over there.
Come
Oh, our teammate is going.
on. Oh, of course. It's like a rabid dog. Yeah, I'm thinking there might be guys there. Bangalore chick coming down. Better be careful. There's Bangalore stuff.
To be fair, I'm gonna take it off this.
Oh God. Yep.
Hostile
She behind it.
There's a new kill leader.
Oh, she got it.
Just another insect if you ask me.
Enemy down. South. They must not be very good. Reloading.
The shield's broke or hurt. Oh, get her. Inside the building here. Dead. Okay.
Last member's down.
This dude's a
One squad
maniac.
closer to winning.
Grappling.
Reloading.
Can I get like a book pack? That's what my kids call it. Book pack. I gotta keep checking where this Wraith is and just follow her around. I heard rumor that Call of Duty was making a battle royale, and then I haven't heard anything since then. Is this person hacking? I know that's, I don't say that lightly, but how the hell is she seeing these people from 600 miles away?
She was just going. I heard it too. This is all looted though.
Yeah, she's just tracking kills. Oh, this is unlimited. Damage.
Using grapple.
Look out, grenade.
Under the bridge. Right underneath this left. I'm down, right above me. On the ground behind you guys.
Reloading. Another enemy downed.
To my right, right here. I heard it. Footsteps someplace over here.
Subject in view.
Body shield here. Level 3. Optics here.
Can't tell if they're dead or not.
Recharging shields.
I don't think that was the whole squad, was it?
I got you, friend.
This might be bad.
Interesting sensation.
Grappling. Backpack here. Level 3.
Go this way. Going over there.
What the fuck? Oh, finally.
There's a jump tower over there. Going to explore over
Backpack
there.
here. Level 2.
Dude, it is a little fishy. Look at this guy. This Wraith just like runs back and forth, pings a dude, and then flies across the map and kills somebody.
I'm
Like-
repairing myself.
Is it possible hacking? It might be the best part in the world. It's not conspicuous at all. This person's doing this.
Yeah, he might be hacking.
This is a little crazy. He's like pointing people out across the map and then immediately flying to them. We're moving pretty quick and we can't keep up with them. Like, how do you know there's people fighting over here?
Be down to like all three of them, and maybe
Enemy. Target over there. Target spotted.
What? He just,
go try and land right behind him.
I'm landing right on this guy.
There's another.
Hey, where's my gun?
Reloading.
Whole squad down. Now we can
Yeah,
loot
nothing.
them.
What the hell is going on?
Enemy down.
I can't get there in time.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Downed another.
Oh, this is part of someone else's team.
Flying time.
Subject deceased.
Good kill, friend.
Oh, this guy's got
On the
a
left,
key.
he's chasing somebody. Yeah, someone ran through here. Oh my god.
Sorry.
You kidding me?
We just eliminated.
Death will have to wait.
Should probably use
There was a
my
guy
yes.
trying to,
Attention. Thanks, Ash.
Recharging my shield.
How's this guy shooting at? There's something weird going on with this dude. I'm telling you.
Patching myself up.
I need light ammo.
Recharging shields. Shields are recharging.
I may be going like double R99 right now.
You going 9-9? What?
R198. Going to 198.
Here I go.
Oh, okay. Oh, hello.
Light ammo here.
I have like 1 kill and 4 assists. This guy have 60 kills on my team right now? Oh my god, I thought that flower was a person right up on us. Our teammate is tracking somebody, I think. He's like sneaking over there. I don't know what he's doing, but I think he's onto
I
something.
don't even know which. Oh my gosh, I don't even know which way he's going.
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing? Our teammate is has to be hacking. I never seen anyone play like this.
I can't not look at this thing.
Can't not do it.
Kraber here. Grappling.
Wait, he's on the ship.
I could use that.
Oh, there's nothing here. What the hell? He's looking for ammo or something?
You want the Kraber?
He doesn't get it.
Set the portal.
Grappling.
Hey, do you have any med kits? I got 5.
I think so. Yeah, I got 2.
Oh, here, take one of these. There's a battery right there too if you need it.
Well, those teams are fighting. We might want to go attack them.
I feel like if I slide into the portal, I can slide out of it.
Is that how it works?
That's what it should. But it doesn't.
Firing on subjects. Spotted one. Distant.
Hostile spotted.
Why?
Great. Already inside the ring.
Care package.
Those care packages likely shift the delta in our favor.
I'm attacking here. The enemies are shooting at me. Giving my shields a recharge. Get ready. It's zipline time. Reloading. Got an enemy. I am repentant. Fire, friends.
Placing gas trap. Subject deceased.
This might be the last one here.
Idiot.
Nope. Cracked. There you go. If this guy has like 15 kills, this is absurd. That was an insane match. I got like 3 kills, 2 assists, or 2 kills.
Oh my god.
Really? I'm sorry. I'm reporting that. I mean, I'll just report it and they can come look at it. If there's nothing wrong, fine. But, dude, he was running all over the map tracking people and shooting like super fast. I don't. That means Assault was killing me. We won. I benefited from it, right? But, no, I'm sorry, man. That's
13 RP.
that's absurd. That shit was crazy. That dude was just booking it across the map, marking people.
Yeah.
At the least, someone can come take a look at it. If they're not cheating, then great. They're not cheating. I did it, guys. We got our first win
Up to
tonight.
the last one, I mean, he was just running towards gunshots. Like, he was just marking things towards gunshots. So I was gonna give him credit for the doubt. But when he was like a split off from us,
Yeah.
like on the other side of a mountain, just like running, and I couldn't hear any gunshots anywhere, I was like,
And all of a sudden he kills 3 people. It's like, what? That was nuts. Now, granted, he might be like a pro level player, but I feel like you're in silver. I don't know.
I mean, I was Diamond 4.
Yeah, you know, they said.
I only got the plat 1 though last.
Oh,
Getting out of gold last season was so fucking hard.
I never like played
Like, in
ranked.
the beginning of the season, when I was
I'll
playing,
do it
was
for the
like,
achievements and stuff for the
everybody was
challenges.
just monsters.
But lately I've been enjoying it more and more because people take it more seriously. It's also a little more toxic.
Especially now that you
imagine.
have to like kill. You can't just camp your way through gold anymore.
Right. But yeah,
Shira
it's fun.
Gaming. Where are we going? All right.
Shrey's is his name.
You going for the train?
All right, let's do it.
You ain't gonna catch the train.
You have to believe. No, but we're not gonna catch it. Oh, he's speeding up here. Maybe. Nope. Oh no. Abandoned ship.
Attention. First blood.
Man, this
First blood.
color is really messing me. Google's naming to get answers quicker. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. African coffee. Dude, there's someone else here. Someone else right next to me.
Oh yeah, there is. Run.
Yeah, I'm going down the hill to get these cans. Good thing I know where all the boxes are. Mozambique, yep.
We got L-Star.
Nice, perfect. Let's go kill him. Same as African coffee, but cough like not the drink. If you want to Google him. Otherwise I will after this. Still up there? My cans are intact.
Nope.
Okay, you must have slid down the hill. I don't know if we can charge that. They're probably more loaded up than we are.
New kill leader appointed.
Just say, I have to say, sliding is the best part of the game. Dude, I love the sliding. Makes it so fun, especially getting a kill while sliding. It's so awesome. I feel like John Wick when I do that, you know? Oh, hello. I'll take that with my wax skin for this thing. Sounds like they next dough. Mozambique, yep. But yeah, sliding is super awesome.
I need a body shield.
Oh, this is looter 2.
I'm looking.
Dude, all this is looter.
Oh,
We need to
check it
get
out.
the hell outta here.
Lots of stuff over there. Armor cracked in that building. Not necessarily. It might have been my armor.
Must confess, it's what I long
I cracked
for.
one too.
Gas trap deployed.
He tried to come inside. He's out front.
Hostile spotted.
He's still in my smoke. He lost like 50 health in my smoke.
Throwing thermite. Arc start out.
I only got 20 bullets.
Yeah.
Meds.
Wait, what do you need? There's light and shotgun.
I need energy.
Footstep.
Oh, we're all dead. Oh shit, I fell.
No, you might be dead.
Placing an independent barrier.
Setting up a
Check
zip
out this area.
Look at the zip.
Using grapple.
Let's go for the train. He said. It'll be great. He said.
Who said that?
That was
Oh,
his
that guy
fucking
did.
teammate.
Trace.
Progress.
Lucky us, we are already inside the ring.
Syringe here. We need a quick patch up.
But yeah, sliding through doorways or something. So awesome. Slide through doorway, pop somebody on the way through.
Healing my wounds.
Apex Legends lifetime kill leader is at
Give me my shields a
116,000.
recharge.
Holy shit. That's a lot of
need
kills,
health.
dude.
Here I go.
That's crazy. That's a lot of Apex Legends games played.
L-Star here.
I wonder how many visions has.
Attention. Delivering
Or like
care
this or
package.
something.
Incoming care package.
Those pro TSM boys.
Grappling.
Someone's been here.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed. Average 160 daily kills.
Level 1.
What? The guy that's in this game right now? Because what? That's a lot of game time. Holy god.
Alternator here.
You have to get 8 games of 20 kills? Insane. What kind of maniac has that much time?
Shot heavy.
I mean, I guess
Cancel that.
if you're in college or something like that, you got plenty of time. You're not doing that with no family, you know?
Reposition here.
That wasn't you, was
Cancel
it?
that.
No, they're over here.
I see him. They're cutting towards you. Heads up.
The subject right here.
Get on the roof. Or my version of the roof. Building next door.
Enemy over there.
Wow, back on the
I need a
ground.
freaking thing for this. There we go. Hate the iron sights. If only I could see something, eh? Oh, I missed. You gotta be kidding.
Hostile over there. Open fire on the enemy.
Pro streamers, yeah. Leaders doing 300 daily. Ooh.
Grappling.
Find us.
One coming in. Damage armor.
Independent variable added.
All three of them.
Take a deep breath.
They're choking.
Administering medical aid.
They came up.
Got one.
Independent variable. We have lost
Right, it's on my body.
pity.
They might come around and go up the wall.
Trap deployed.
Give
I
me my
need,
shields a recharge.
3 seconds.
My
Yep.
vision is clear. Placing gas. Reloading.
Grenades, lots.
Placing gas trap.
They're healing downstairs. Another team coming in. Head up.
Yeah, let's go off the way. Get over this thing. I got You hear here?
Yeah. Right here.
What's up?
Round 2.
Line deployed.
Beginning ring countdown.
Picked up our friend's banner. We can bring him back.
Holy shit.
Shields are recharging.
Repairing my damages.
Placing gas trap. Administering medical aid.
Getting third party.
I might be able to res them over here.
Right.
Circle around to the right here. We have time. I don't have any health left.
I got 5 here.
Knockdown shield here.
Time to drop, shock, and rock. Thanks.
Oh shit, sorry.
Got you.
Using grapple.
Administering medical aid.
Closed door here.
Coming that way.
One
Can't believe we
minute
got out of that,
till
dude. Like
changes.
3 teams converged on us right there.
Body shield here. Level 1.
That was intense.
Ring ain't close. Oscar Mike, ladies.
Go for the balloon.
Might be something good
There's a
this
jump
way.
tower over there.
Yep.
Looted here. Might as well hit the jump and get out of here.
Oh, these aren't looted. I gotta take as much as I can get.
Gas trap deployed. Gas trap deployed.
Setting up a zipline.
You can take it to the right and go around.
What do you mean?
Like southeast. Yep. You got it.
This isn't looted. I'm heading real quick.
Yep, there's another balloon here. Anyways.
L-Scar here.
Give me some stuff. Come on. Give me some stuff, baby. Come on, daddy. Let's go. Time to leave. Time to go. Oh, I'm gonna be behind. No, I looted too long. No.
Incoming care package.
Ow, my skin.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Smoke out.
Teammate's not gonna make it.
Here I go.
Sorry.
It happens.
On my right, they're close in between us.
I don't see anything in between us.
Do you see the
Yeah.
map?
Am I
We're spread
crazy?
out
Is
quite
it the
far.
audio sucking again? Maybe it was. You don't have any health packs, do you?
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Oh, here. One more.
Healing my wounds.
Thank you. Back to where we started, I guess.
Let's go this way. Hostile spotted.
Is that good? Some shotgun shit. Need it. Oh, another death box. 2 more.
We're such scavengers.
Yeah, no.
I'm okay with it. Switch these scopes. There we go.
R400 old school right now.
Healing my wounds.
All right, now we're ready. Now we are making a cake.
Going that far?
No, I'm gonna come back down.
I'm coming up.
I hear a drone. Shit. They're down here to the northwest, I think. Nope, coming up here. Just on our left, to the
Placing
west.
gas trap. Placing an independent variable.
Behind.
Oh, behind us! Shit!
I still see.
I thought you were bailing.
They're behind us. Run.
There's a guy in front of us, too.
I know. I'm going to the right.
Great. Already inside the ring.
Recharging shields.
Stop shooting me!
They were rezzing someone.
Gas trap deployed. Gas trap deployed.
Thing behind us.
Fire threats. Reloading.
Oh my god, damn it all.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
The
Cracked him too.
octane, I got down to like.
Damn. Pretty good match though.
That's good. A lot of work for one friggin' kill.
Yeah. It's, 662 life, no kills. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you,
33 RP.
kills are not coming easy tonight. Or wins, rather.
Alright, well, we couldn't get the back-to-back, but I think I'm gonna call it.
You got it. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was a lot of fun. I'm off until Friday, so if you get any games in or need somebody this week, let me know.
Yeah, you got it. Talk to you later.
Later, boy.
All right. Let's see what we're gonna do. We might. Oh my god, there's a lot of people online right now. What the hell? Sky's on. Seth's on. Damn. I might take a break from this and play a little something different to end the night. What do you think about a little? Today's the 11th. Oh snap! The Dead Cells DLC came out. Hang on a second. Let's see how long that download is. Might go play that. Definitely not going to play Apex anymore. But I really want to try that new Dead Cells DLC. Dead Cells is the game I played for forever. I played it like hundreds of hours, I think, almost 200 hours. But what? I'm sorry, what is this? Oh, one of those surveys, okay. But I've only beaten it a handful of times. I'm doing like Dead Cell, Boss Cell 2, so it's like the second hardest mode. And it's a really great game. It's a really, really great game. Let me see if they have. Yeah, Bad Seed that's out today, right? Pretty sure they said the 10th, or yeah. God, I can't believe Blins though. It's still a game. February 11th. Oh no, it's not out yet. Oh. Already on your wish list. Okay. Yeah, it looks cool. It's just like a couple new levels for the game. I think there might be some new weapons as well. So it comes out today. We'll play it later this week. Why don't we instead end it there for the night? Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is weird when I'm talking over this, so I gotta adjust the arm a little bit. Got some good games in. Talked a lot of politics at the beginning of the show. If you're interested in hearing that, I can cut that as a VOD. I'll probably put that up as a political discussion section on the channel. I see a playlist for it. Most important thing is that you go vote. If you live in New Hampshire, please go vote tomorrow. You know who I support. I'm not gonna guilt trip anyone into voting for my person. You vote for your person. Feel good about your vote, but please do vote. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be back. Tomorrow, we're going to have election results from New Hampshire. We'll talk about that a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be a chill night. Maybe no games, maybe just a little chatting. Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to test out the camera slider today. I love this thing. I'm excited about playing some more with it. I'm going to adjust the camera angle here. Here's the point where I want to point a little more this way. We're going to get the background stuff up and ready. And yeah, pretty much it. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. You have a great rest of your night. Have a great tomorrow. Have a great rest of your week. Keep kicking ass at work and all that kind of stuff. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll be back with games. And that's it. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.